Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use two common modal verbs in English, and those are can and could. Okay? We use can and could to talk about ability, permission, requests, and possibility. Okay? A modal verb helps the main verb in a sentence, and the structure for this is subject plus can or could plus the base verb, okay? For example, I can speak English. She can drive. They can help us. And then you have, he could swim when he was young. We could try again, okay? And I want you to notice something very important, okay? After can and could, you just use the base form of the verb, okay? You would say, she can speak English. You wouldn't say, she can speaks English. Or you could say, he could drive. You would not say, he could drove, okay? The verb after can or could does not change. We would say things like, I can go, you can go, he can go, she can go, we can go, they can go, okay? So let's begin with can, okay? And we use can to talk about present ability. Doesn't mean that you're doing it, it means that you can do it, okay? Ability means something that you are able to do. For example, I can speak English. She can play the piano. He can cook very well. They can understand the lesson. We can finish this today. In each sentence, can shows ability, okay? And if we want to make negative sentences, the negative form is cannot, okay? Think of two words together, can and not. We put those together and we make the word cannot. But most often, we use the contracted form of cannot, which is can't, C-A-N apostrophe T. So for example, you would say, I can't swim. She can't drive. He can't come today. They can't understand the question. And again, after can't, just use the base verb, okay? Say, she can't drive. You do not say, she can't drives, okay? And if we want to make a question with can, the structure is can first, plus the subject, plus the base verb, okay? So you say, can you help me? Can she speak English? Can he drive? Can they come tomorrow? And to answer, it's very easy. You would say, yes, I can, or no, I can't, okay? For example, can you speak English? Yes, I can. Can she drive? No, she can't, okay? And we also use can to ask for permission when we want to do something, okay? Permission means asking if something is allowed. For example, can I sit here? Can I open the window? Can I use your phone? Or can we leave early? These are common questions in everyday English, okay? Now let's look at the word could, okay? Could is also a modal verb, okay? And the structure is subject plus could plus the base verb. For example, I could help you. She could call later. They could come tomorrow. We could try again. And after could, the verb also stays in the base form, okay? You would say, he could come. You would not say, he could comes. And we also use could to talk about past ability, okay? And past ability means something that you were able to do before, okay? For example, when I was young, I could run fast, okay? She could speak French when she was a child. He could swim when he was 5 years old. They could play outside for hours, okay? In these examples, could talks about having the ability to do something in the past, okay? And if we want to make negative sentences with could, the negative form is could not, okay? And as is often the case, we contract those to couldn't, okay? For example, I couldn't understand. She couldn't come yesterday. He couldn't hear me. They couldn't finish the work. And after couldn't, again, just use the base verb. She couldn't come. You would not say she couldn't came, okay? And if you want to make a question with could, the structure is put could first, then the subject, then the base verb, okay? For example, could you help me? Could she call later? Could they come tomorrow? Could we speak now? Okay? Now let's compare can and could for requests. Okay? Both are correct. You can say, can you help me? Okay? This is direct and it's very common. Okay? Maybe you're having trouble saying something in English, you could say, can you help me? Okay? But you could also say, could you help me? Okay? This is more polite. Okay? More examples. Can you repeat that? Or could you repeat that? Okay? Can you speak more slowly? Or could you speak more slowly? Can you open the door? Or could you open the door? In polite situations, could sometimes sounds a little bit better, but both of those are, all of those examples are correct in English, okay? Could you help me, please? Could you repeat that, please? Can you send me the information? Okay? So now let's look at possibility. And we can use can to talk about general possibility. For example, English can be difficult, okay? This road can be busy in the morning. Good grammar can help you speak more clearly, okay? We use could when something is possible, but it's not certain, it's not for sure, okay? For example, it could rain tomorrow. She could be at work. They could arrive late. This answer could be correct, okay? So can often sounds stronger or more general, and could often sounds softer or more polite or less certain, okay? If we want to look at some common mistakes with these modal verbs, we can look at a statement like, she can speak English, right? You wouldn't say that. That's incorrect. You would say she can speak English, okay? Mistake number 2 would be, he could drove when he was young, okay? The correct way to say that would be, he could drive when he was young. Mistake number 3. Can you two help me? Okay. You would want to say, can you help me? Mistake number 4. Could you two repeat that? That's incorrect. You would say, could you repeat that? Okay. So just to review, can and could are modal verbs. After can and could, always use the base form of the verb. Okay? Use can for present ability. For example, I can speak English. And use could for past ability. For example, I could swim when I was young. You can use can for direct requests, okay? Can you help me? Okay? And use could for polite requests. For example, could you help me, please? You can use can for general possibility. For example, this can happen, okay? And use could for uncertain possibility. For example, this could happen, okay? So I want you to remember, can is more direct and often talks about present ability. And could is softer. It's more polite, and it often talks about past ability or possibility. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.